What's good? We live. We got elite channel members, man. We got my man DC Bay 72, and we got my man's Kenny Man Fitness. So I'm gonna start off because this is Kenny Man's first time on, man. I always ask everybody. I always say, what made you become a Skins fan, and what was your best moment being a Skins fan?
Oh man. Okay. So I'm a big homer. So what really made me become a Skins fan, I would say back in the '90s, Mark Rippon. Just
Okay.
watching him. You know what I mean? I felt like he was an underdog at times. But he brought us home to the promise. So after then, as a little kid, I'm like Mark Rippon, number 11. I like him. Skins fan, born and raised in Washington D.C. Man. So yeah, I'm a homer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel you, man. I feel you. So, but the first question, I'm gonna shout out a couple people in the chat. I see Pedro Smith is in here. The Dubs family says scary Larry.
Pedro.
Shout out to Sports Fan all day. Shout out to Casper Hill. What's up, man? Raphael Shannon was good. Let's see. David the Boss 10's in here. JB Hardy is a channel member. What's up, man? Shout out to DMV Sports Zone. So, first question, I'm gonna get a cracking real quick. So, a lot of things have changed, since I made my season prediction. What's you guys, and then I'll go with the OG first, and then Kenny, I'll have you go after him. What's you guys' season prediction?
Okay.
What's you guys' record prediction for the Skins this year?
Well, mine. Oh, well, first of all, big props to you and Big John, man. Rest in peace.
Oh yes,
GT.
rest in peace.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I almost forgot.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Mine's still 6-10. The floor and the
Mhm.
ceiling is
Ooh.
11-5. And the reason I say that is because the offensive line and we got a new offensive coordinator. So this stuff gonna take time. I think we're gonna be able to run the ball better, but the defense, I think, is gonna be a lot better than it was last year. But that offense is the reason why I say 6-10.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Kenny?
I mean, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. So low ceiling, I would say 9-7. I got us winning at least 9 games.
Mm-hmm.
High, I would say 11-5. You know what I mean? With the defense, Chase Young, Terry. You got Gibson in the backfield looking
Mm-hmm.
like Marshall Faulk. You know what I mean? I think the sky's the limit and no one's talking about us. I like that. I like being an underdog, something to prove. You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
think we're going to shock people. 49ers did it. Why not us?
Yeah, no, I feel you on that because I mean, you put Chase Young, the Predator, in the mix. You see what he did to AP the other day in practice, man. You see,
Busted his ass.
Cooked them.
I know y'all seen what he did to Logan Thomas. He put Logan Thomas on the
Oh,
floor.
yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, he grown manned him. Shout out to On the Warpath, and he's a channel member as well. But yeah, I go with 6-10
Mm-hmm.
right now, only because Dwayne is so young and Terry McLaurin is so young. Steve Sims, we just got a lot of young guys. We don't have a lot of veterans leading the group. Now on defense, we got Kerrigan, Chase Young is an elite talent, Montez Sweat is an elite talent, in my opinion. The Bama boys up front. I think defense got it, but our offense does need work. I think we need some more talent at wide receiver, and the offensive line is a little questionable with Sadiq Charles is injured and
Mm-hmm.
Cornelius Lucas. So we do have some question marks up front. But I did want to get to this week 1 game.
Yes,
I want to get you guys' prediction. How do you guys feel about week 1? What's your keys to victory on how do you guys think we're gonna beat the Eagles? What you guys take on week 1?
Talking to me, Ed. All I can
Oh
say
yeah,
is
Go
yeah.
ahead.
OG,
Go ahead.
you
You
go
go
first.
first.
it seems like this game is going to be given to us. I mean, you got like Shannon Sharp say, walk it to him. His
Mhm.
back already hurt. He messed up Carson Wentz. The
Mhm.
offensive line, that left tackle, the young guy, he gone for the season. Jason Peters won't move from the right guard to go to left tackle unless they're going to give him some more money. Their secondary is still suspect. Darius Slate knows all about Scary Terry. He don't want no more of that. So I think this game going to be an easy win for us. I think you think we went off 17-0 on them last year. We probably beat them by at least 20 points.
Okay. I like that prediction. You guys beating them by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it. How about you, Kenny?
Man, I wouldn't say 20. One thing about
Mm-hmm.
division games, no matter what's going on, who's injured, and whatnot, we seem to play everyone's a little like close. Division games is always tough. But I do think we're gonna get the W. Absolutely. Philly got too many injured players. You know what I mean? I feel like my man Bay was saying, the injuries, the game is given to us. There's no reason why that we shouldn't win this game. If we just come in with the ground and pound, we do that, and we also play good defense. You know what I mean? I think we'll be in good shape. I would say maybe 17-10, something like that.
Hey, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Do you drink?
Do I drink?
Yes.
Only on occasion, man. Only on occasion.
Because I was about to say we could bet a bottle, man. I'm saying beating them by 20.
Woo-wee! I tell you what I do. We can bet some push-ups on demand. You gotta do it.
No, you're not doing that, man. I'm 51. I'm barely doing 10. I'm not doing that. I give my wife 3 minutes and I'm out. I told man for a good time, not a long time.
Wise words from the OG, man. Wise words. But no, I mean, I personally, I don't think we're gonna beat them by 20. And Matt, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. He said HGTR forever, man. So he's still rocking. Both my guys got the Skins gear, man. Bay got the yellow jersey, and my man Kenny got the bucket hat. So we still rocking with the Skins gear, But I gotta be on the coast. I have us winning too. I'm not just being a homer. I thought we were gonna beat the Eagles, even if they had Alshon Jeffrey, because he's not gonna be available. Even if they had Andre Dillard, because Andre Dillard is weak in my opinion. Even if they had the wide receiver, what's his name, Jalen Rager. Because I feel like Rager is going to be another Nelson Aguilar. I think he's going to be better than Nelson Aguilar, but I just got a feeling he's going to be like another Nelson Aguilar, dropping the ball and being scared just like that. Not really gelling over Carson Wentz. And I think we owe the Eagles one. When we were up 17-0, if we had a real coach or a decent coach, we would have blew the Eagles out, like you said, babe. We wouldn't be in that first game. If Adrian Peterson would have suited up, we probably would have won the game. Jay Gruden was a terrible coach. The second game at home, where we were up at half, Dwayne Haskins had a good game. He was balling out, had 200-something yards. He ran for like 30 yards on a play. Should have won that game at home. Yeah. So I think we owed him. And like Terry against Slay, I don't think Slay can really hold Terry. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah. Nobody can hold Terry. Nobody can hold Terry.
Man.
Right. So we saw the Lions game where Slay was getting cooked, but Dwayne was just overthrown a little bit. If Dwayne can just get that accuracy in there, we would have blew the Lions out in that game. And I think
yes, sir.
We can do the same thing to the Eagles. I think Ron Rivera is going to outcoach Doug Peterson. And I don't want the Eagles to use that injury excuse because we've had Jordan Reed always hurt. So we've always been banged up. So I don't want to hear any excuses from the Eagles.
Absolutely. Hey, Ed, can we go back to that first game when we was up 17-0? The problem was Jay Gruden didn't adjust. How do you let Deshaun Jackson get behind you two times? Two times. You know what he do, bro. Like, you was supposed to make adjustments right there. Don't let Deshaun beat us. That's what happened. He started. I think he had 2 touchdowns, like back to back. I'm just like, oh my God, how you let this guy get behind us? Bad coaching. Ron Rivera had that. He would have, played a cover 2 or, had a man back there. You know what I mean? He would have did something, adjustment. That was our problem. We couldn't adjust.
Right.
Well, you ain't got to worry about it. Walking to him will not have time to throw the ball. Mark my words. We won't have our pass rushers sitting out in pass coverage. They coming.
Hey, babe, who will have time to throw the ball this year?
Oh man, look, if they put the Ferrari, if they put the Bugatti package in there with Kerrigan, Sweat, Young, Payne, and Allen, man, somebody better come and get me because I'm a jack off, man. We're gonna crack them.
Don't forget,
we're gonna crack them. Yeah, and look, and that's the rotation. Also, with our big boy, we may mess around and lose, man. Number 97, man. I love him, man, but he coming up on that year where he gonna be looking to get paid, and somebody may want to go ahead and snatch him up off us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be wheelchair wins. It's gonna be. I don't want him. I want him to go out there and hit him and hurt him.
Oh, man, I want. Look, hey, I understand what you're saying, Ed.
Yeah.
I want the body bag game again. We owe these people. I want them to walk them off the field, keep bringing them back on. I want to hurt them.
Yeah, bring Jalen Hurts out there.
I'm with you.
Yes, sir.
with you. I'm old school. I'm trying to punch you in your mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah, even if I can't beat you, I'm gonna hit you first and punch you in your mouth. You gonna know
Exactly.
you in a fight today, buddy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for the donation from Tasha. That's family right there. I appreciate
What's up,
that.
Josh?
That is family right there. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. She is also a Skins fan as well. She's a big Skins fan. Sometimes she likes the Ravens, but I converted her back to the Skins.
Whoa. We
And I
gotta get her
know,
Good
away from the
job. Good
Ratbirds.
job.
yeah. We don't want her over there with a wire with Baltimore, So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I just want to get you guys feel about the wide receiver position because we do want to talk about the roster before they make cuts on Saturday at 4. How do you guys feel about the position, and who do you guys think is gonna make the roster with the wide receiver position? Do you think Trey Quinn is gonna somehow make it, or Cam Sims, or the young guy out of Temple, Isaiah Wright? Who do you guys think is gonna? Because we already know Terry's gonna make the roster, and Steve Sims,
Yeah,
guys like that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bay, I'll let you go first.
I really feel some kind of way about Trey Quinn, especially now about his where he from in LA, where the hurricane tore up their city. It's gonna probably be some type of sympathy story. But at the end of the day, this dude can play special teams. If he's healthy, he can catch anything. So I think he's gonna be on that roster. Of course, like Scary Terry. We got Steven Sims. Man, boy, oh boy. Of course, AGG. You already know that's the man. I think he's gonna be starting, and I think we're gonna carry five wide receivers, and it's gonna come down to Big Boy Sims and the other guy you just mentioned. That's what I think it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think Trey Quinn's gonna make it?
I think he's gonna make it.
Or you think? You don't think Isaiah Wright is gonna make it?
Yeah, it's between him and Cam Sims.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Cam?
So I would have to disagree. Trey Quinn, I mean, he could catch, but if you put it back there on punt returns, he's not making nobody miss. Like he don't got no Brian Mitchell with him. He can't make that first guy miss. Every time he got the punt, he didn't do nothing with it. Steve Sims, of course,
Mm-hmm.
he on it. Terry on it. AGG. I like him. I like his size. We got a new guy that we just signed to, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Dontrell Emmett.
Yeah, Dontrell Emmett. You know what I mean? And I actually like the rookie Wright. I'm hearing good things. And he can do everything. I watched his mixtape, his highlights. He can return punts.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he had a big catch over the top. You know what I mean? And younger is always better. Younger and cheaper, always better. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
That's
that. So I
maybe
would
younger and
those
cheaper,
guys.
but you they better be dependable. And I know
You
Trey
right.
Quinn ain't been the most dependable, but
That
that's what we
hurt.
got those running backs for. I think we're gonna keep 5 running backs, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'll keep that quiet because I know Ed got something going on, so I'm gonna mind my business.
Right.
All right. So Gerald Williams, thank you for the donations. He's sending the super sticker. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for that. But wide receivers, this is my take on it. I see the comments. A lot of people saying Trey Quinn is trash, and that not a lot of people like Trey Quinn at all because he can't really move like you were saying, Kenny. Like, I mean, he's fast at times, but he's not making anybody miss. Like every time he gets a punt return, he's either doing a fair catch or he's running out of bounds. So it's really nothing that he's doing. Steve Sims is our best punt returner, I think. But you don't want to get him hurt. You don't really want him running kicks back all the time because he's actually getting better at the receiver position. The guy Isaiah Wright actually has some potential running the ball from punt returns or kick returns. So I think he might make the roster. But I'm hearing Dontrell Emmons been doing pretty well in practice. So I heard he might actually start after AGG over AGG because AGG is a rookie and he's still learning. So I'm actually hearing the starters will be Terry, Steve Sims, Inman. Those will be the first 3 starters. And then I got Cam Sims making it. And then, so it's Terry, Steve, that's 2, AGG 3, Inman 4, Cam Sims is 5. And then I do think Trey Quinn is going to make it just because Ron said he's going to take, because we didn't have preseason. So it kind of sucks for the young guys. It's kind of unfair because some of the guys didn't get a chance to really show what they could do in the preseason games. I think if we had preseason games, I think Isaiah Wright probably would have showed out in one of those games and he probably would have ran a kickback for a touchdown. So that's why I kind of think Trey Quinn's going to make the roster. But I'd rather have Isaiah Wright though. I really
Me too.
I got a question for you and you, Kenny and Ed. Now,
Yes,
did Monk make people miss?
No, but he caught everything.
Exactly. Trey Quinn catches. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If I can get a guy that can, if he gonna run the sticks
you got
and get me the first
you got
down, I ain't
you,
saying that he got to
you
be
got me.
explosive. But if I got a guy that I know for a fact I can put in there with the weapons we already got, and he makes that catch, that's the first down. We keep the sticks moving. That's all I'm saying.
He definitely makes catches, but he got bones like a mouse. As soon as you hit him, that's it. He fold right up like a chair. We need somebody that's more durable, you know. And don't forget Jay Gruden. He chose Trey Quinn over Steve Sims, and look how that panned out. As soon as you put
We already
Steve
know
Sims,
Jay Gruden is a jackass. We not even.
right?
I don't even. As a matter of fact, I don't even know who he is anymore.
Right. So the rookie Wright, to me, his college tape is better than Trey Quinn's college tape. Honestly, you know, my eyes don't lie, man. Film don't lie. I go back and look at that film and I dig, and then I talk about it.
I'm with you all the way, but at the end of the day, if I need 6 yards, 10 yards, and he running
I give you that.
Slim gonna catch it. Now, if he gets put out the game, guess what he did? He earned that paycheck.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about Trey. I don't know about the rest of them. I know Slim is gonna catch that ball.
Yeah, Trey Quinn. I call him the human mousetrap.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, but Oscar, thank you for the donation. But yeah, I mean, Trey Quinn, shout out to Oscar Josue Montel. He's actually an up and coming YouTuber as well. Make sure you guys sub him up. He does Skins Talk. I'm gonna try to get on with you, Oscar, and do the podcast. I did see your email. I got to reply to that. Juice Alert, thank you for the donation. He is a big Haskins supporter. He's my guy. There's a hater Giants YouTuber, and he's always going back and forth with the guy. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about.
New York Smurfs in the house, huh?
But Juice Alert, this is my guy. He's actually a Packers fan, but he supports Dwayne Haskins all the way. So he said Dwayne Haskins will bounce back in a big way in 2020. Chase Young and that defense will go crazy as well. Washington is the most underrated 2020 team. Do you guys agree with his statement?
Yes, sir.
I don't think we're the most underrated team. I don't, me personally. I think they're not showing Buffalo a lot of the love that they need. The Redskins are always going to get this. Well, not let me say it again, because that's the reason why they disrespect us, because of the name. They don't like the name, and they're going to always carry us. Now, watch Trent Williams. They're going to say, oh, he's an all-pro now in San Fran. They will never mention it that he was an all-pro when he was with us because of the name. So let's see if we get the respect that we deserve, because we earned it. They act like we just came onto the scene. We've been dominating the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and we got part of the 2000s. So at the end of the day, we're not no new age team. They just disrespect us because of the name. And of course, they don't like that pervert that we got as an owner. That's another day.
Right, I agree. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Me personally, I think Buffalo was the most underrated team in the league. That's what I think. My personal.
I can't say that. Buffalo, they like this, like that. I would say we underrated. The reason why, well, if you think about it, no one talks about us nationally. Shout out to Nate Burleson and Bucky Brooks. Those two, the only ones that support the Washington football team. Everybody else, you know, we this, we that. We just bottom feeders. You like that fish in the bottom of the tank that eat the feces, man. Like they just disrespect us, and you know I'm tired of it. So I would say we are underrated. You know, it used to be the Cleveland Browns, but you know they gotten a lot better. You know, because of their roster. So I would say us, man.
I agree with you saying, Kenny. But at the end of the day, a lot of those commentators, you know, the ex-NFL players, we used to trash a lot of them dudes. So they don't have nothing to say good about us. They don't. When you talk about from the 70s on up to the early 2000s, we used to break it off in them. I mean, break it off in them. You couldn't come up in the RFK. Once we got that ragged-ass stadium in FedEx, man, when RFK, think about it. Nobody disrespected us. They didn't, because you had to come into the house. Your team had to come in the house. They had to see us, and your fans had to see us. We wasn't having it. All that stuff they doing in FedEx, letting all these thousands of fans in there. Man, you may get about like maybe 10 or 20 Calturd fans up in our stadium. We wasn't having that, and they knew their place, because we will fuck them up royally.
But yeah, I agree.
I like him.
Oh, that's OG. That's no filter, man. He tells you
No
how it is.
filter, no chill. That's what's up.
No chill at all. But Juice Alert, once again, thank you, man, for the donation. Dwayne Haskins will bounce back in the big way. He has a coach that actually believes in him.
Yeah.
Lost in the 15 pounds. I mean, the guy's looking good in practice. He's more, he's more mature. He took some growing pains. He was a rookie last year. He still only started with 7 games, so the guy is still really, really young. So I'm expecting him. He's not going to have a perfect season. He's still going to have some mistakes this year, but he has good chemistry with Terry McLaurin, Steve Sims, and all the other guys. So I'm expecting a good year from Dwayne Haskins. I think the guy, he's getting it now. He's got that running clock. He's going to get the ball out quicker. He's not going to hold on to the football too long. And he's going to surprise you with a little run. He might run for a first down. He might surprise you with a 15-yard run because he lost that weight. So that's what I like to see from my guy Haskins. Michael Henn had a good question. I did want to ask you guys about Leonard Fournette because, do you guys think that's actually a realistic option that could happen? Would you guys try to sign Leonard Fournette, or would you just keep the running back room the way it is?
Kenny?
Go ahead, OG. Oh, you want me? Okay.
Yeah.
I would say the way it is. We don't need him. We got a bruiser. We got Peterson. And then behind Peterson, if we need another bruiser slash come out the backfield, we got Gibson. And let's not forget Bryce Love. He's a dog. He's got the best college tape I ever seen as a running back. Oh my gracious. So I would say don't mess up that chemistry, just like they kept the running back coach. Let's keep the same players back there and let's build for the future. We don't need them. I wouldn't go after Kamara either if he was on the trading block. We don't need him. I believe in Bryce Love. If he's as advertised, he's the guy. He has it.
Kenny said it all. I need not to say anything else. I can go ahead and take a sip on that.
Now I would take a look. I wouldn't just say no 100%. I would honestly take a look for. And the reason why is because I think they're going to cut Peyton Barber. And then, they want to keep 5 backs. But you're right that, Peterson, we already have a bruiser with AP. So it's kind of like getting the same kind of running back. You kind of want to get somebody who's different, like a guy who can catch and run at the same time. And, Peterson's not much of a pass catching back. Fournette can catch a little bit, but you're not really expecting. He's more of a first and second down back. But if you do cut Peyton Barber, and I'm hearing some things about them, they might put Bryce Love on IR. That's what I'm hearing. John Connor reported that too. That he's kind of low on the roster. That they like Gibson better than him. They like McKissick better than him, and they actually like Peyton Barber better than Bryce Love right now. So I'm hearing that he's kind of not the same that he was back in 2018, which is expected because of the ACL injury. So if they do sign Fournette, I wouldn't be. It would have to be, of course, the cheapest deal possible, 1-year deal. See what you can get. So and then Kamara, they're probably gonna want a first-round pick. So we're definitely not going to get Kamara, but Fournette might be something that you might want to look at. Just for a quick second. Shout out to Diesel the Hole. Thank you for the donation, man. He said, "Hey, that's my guy on Twitter. Always talking with this guy on Twitter. That's my guy." He said, "To the OG Skins fans, love this show. Your guests are great. Tackle is the weakness." He said, "Riley Reef."
He's a done deal. He restructured the contract.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, he did restructure. He did restructure the deal. But that leads me to the next question I was going to ask you guys. How do you guys feel about the offensive line? Do you guys think we should try to maybe bring back Donald Penn or try to sign? I don't even think there's many free agents out there at left tackle. But I am hearing JP Finley reported that when they do the cuts, the 53-man roster cuts, that the Skins are going to try to sign a left tackle after that. Do you guys think we're good at left tackle? Do you trust Morgan Moses on the other side? Do you trust Wes Martin? How you guys feeling about the offensive line right now?
Me personally, for the left tackles, I don't trust that left side. At least Morgan Moses is going to play injured. I give him his props for that. He's going to get his false starts. But I think with better coaching, it's going to help his ass. But with that left side, we got Jerron Christian. He really ain't had nobody to push him for it. Sadiq Charles is hurt. Lucas is a travesty. So at the end of the day, I think we're going to have to go ahead and look at some tackles. And maybe if we bring in Donald Penn, Jerron Christian will be the swing man for left and right. But those guards, we solidified the guards. I truly believe this is what I would like. I'd like to move Brandon Sheriff over to the left and put Wes Martin over to the right, because Wes Martin held his own when he got his opportunity, and you put Brandon Sheriff over to the left, we're going to pay him a little bit more money, but you solidify a lot of things where you ain't got the kid there, like how Donald Penn had the coach, fat boy that went to Miami that we had.
Oh, big
You ain't got to do that.
Flowers.
You ain't gonna have to do that. Yeah, you ain't gonna have to do that with Brandon Sheriff because all they want to do is maul. And when they get to running that ball, which I believe that's gonna be our identity off the break, that's gonna be a great thing.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Kenny? How you feel about the O-line?
I have to agree with Bay. I'm not really sold on the O-line because it's a little sketchy, but if he moves Sheriff over, or we move Sheriff over to left tackle where he naturally played at Iowa, a left tackle, people don't know that. They think he was a guard. No, he was a left tackle, a mauler.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his natural position. We switched him to guard. So why not put him back at left tackle and see what he does? And then, like you said, Morgan Moses on the other side, he is going to get the offside, but he is going to play injured, and see what we got with Sheriff. I'll pay him.
Yeah, I feel you. See, that's the funny thing about the Eagles. They don't want to pay Jason Peters, so I hope Jason Peters stays a guard and he doesn't get paid. But back to us, yeah, it is a little. I am a little worried about left tackle because that's the most important part on the offensive line, especially for a right-handed quarterback like Dwayne Haskins. We don't need a young quarterback getting beat up. He could. I don't think he'll end up like Patrick Ramsey getting sacked all the time. But we don't need a young quarterback getting sacked like that all the time. So we do need to get that position. I don't know what happened with Sadiq Charles. They didn't even see it. They didn't even say had the injury even happened with Sadiq Charles. So I mean, we might have to bring back the OG Donald Penn. I mean, we'll see because the Eagles have a decent defensive line. I'll give them they got a decent defensive line when they're healthy. Fletcher Cox and all them guys. So offensive line is a concern. Morgan Moses, like you said, he is a false start waiting to happen. Hopefully there's no false starts at home because there's no crowd noise at home week 1 because nobody's going to be there. So there shouldn't be any false starts. I'll be pissed if Morgan Moses gets a false start at home with no crowd noise. But yeah, I am a little concerned about a left tackle for real. DMV Sports Zone, make sure you guys sub him up. He's another Skins YouTuber. He does Wizards content. He does NBA content. He does all DC sports, all kind of sports. So shout out to him. Thank you for the donation. He said. Yeah, he says, "What's your favorite memory of Big John in DC?"
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, I like I told you, Ed. I believe this man's life was my heir. When I was playing at number 11 on Martin Luther King, man, Big John did so much for the city, man. He was more than a coach. This man was like a father to so many people. He would come out, he would have them come in. Like, I'm not even gonna get about how I feel about all the colleges in the DMV, but Big John, he's well respected as a man, as a king, as a husband, as a father, as an uncle. He's all of that. And when he passed, man, we lost a pillar in DC. We lost a pillar. That man was everything. You talking about getting players that nobody wanted, and I'm a Syracuse fan. God, please get rid of Boeheim. He had the most talented team every year, and Big John would bring Georgetown down there and thrash our ass on a regular. He was 25-21 against Boeheim. Boeheim had all the talent. So that just goes to show you, coaching is everything. And that man coached up some vicious jokers, man. You talking about some gangsters? Oh man, he had
Victor Page. Victor Page.
Hey, look, you talking about Victor Page and AI, man. Don't forget about my man from down southwest when they won the championship with Pat. Shit. My fault. I keep getting stopped.
Come on. Is it Sleepy Floyd?
No, not Sleepy Floyd. No, this dude he was one of the dudes that nobody wanted, but he terrorized the Fire Slammer Jammer in Houston. I cannot remember this guy's name to save my life. Man, John is a mentor, a father, and a leader. Only thing I can say about him is great things. I can't say nothing good. I can only say great things about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Kenny?
Yeah, the piggyback what Bay was just saying, it was cool to in the 90s. Everyone knew who Georgetown was, but they didn't know where Georgetown was. But you could look out LA, people was wearing Georgetown hats in Los Angeles. Okay. Don did that. Pat Ewing, Alonzo Mourning. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be from Georgetown or wanted to support Georgetown. You know, it was just cool. It was kind of
It was
like when NWA came out. You know what I mean?
it was Michael Graham.
Georgetown,
My bad.
same thing,
My bad.
man.
Michael Graham. Michael Graham. That's who it was. Michael Graham.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I heard of him.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kenny, you're right, because the Boys in the Hood, Cuba Gooding Jr., he was wearing the Georgetown shirt. Trying to think, it was a whole bunch of movies, like even Above the Rim, you know, they featured Georgetown because the dude at the end of the movie, when he went to college, he went to Georgetown. He got the scholarship to play basketball. So Georgetown was, yeah, Georgetown. Georgetown was like Black America's team. You know, like they say the America's team. You know, I don't think the Cowboys is America's team, but Georgetown was basically Black America's team back in the 80s and 90s, like you were saying. So big jump. My favorite moment, of course, is winning in '84 with Pat. You know, winning the championship. I gotta say, you know, when he was, you know, hyping up the crowd, you know, he got kicked out of the game. He was like, yeah, just, you know, he was talking stuff to the crowd. So Big John, he was huge, man. I mean, Allen Iverson, there would be no Allen Iverson. I mean, I'm not gonna say there would be no Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson wouldn't have made it to the league because he was the only guy, John Thompson, the only coach to give Allen Iverson a chance. So I mean, it's just crazy, you know. But John did a lot. He did a lot, man. So many good players: Pat, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, AI, Othello Harrington, and Sleepy Floyd. I mean, I can go on and on and on about John Thompson and Georgetown. So I mean, but yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Good question, DMV Sports Zone. Make sure you guys sub him up. Let me get to some comments here real quick. Diesel the Hall said the worst team in the league is the Cowboys. You're right about that. Somebody else said the worst team is the Jags. Tall guy said Jets is the worst team. 1,000 subs. Let's see here. On the Warpath said we're good at running back. Merle Garrett said, what about Riley Reef? We did talk about that. Riley Reef already got signed. On the Warpath said left tackle concerns me. Let's see here. LC said Wes Martin was good with the circumstances. Yeah, he played well. He played really good against the Eagles last year with Fletcher Cox. So that should be a good matchup again. Brent Collins said, what about the Vikings OT? Yeah, we talked about him. He already got signed. So a lot of people want Riley Reef, but he is not available. Dub's family, what's up, man? On the Warpath said, die Eagles, die.
I'm sure.
That one. And then my guy Thomas Rice with the donation. Shout out to my guy Thomas Rice. That's my guy. He said shout out to my boy Ed, mad love brother. And we're going to be killing on defense this year with Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Top. I hope Jordan Belfer and Isaiah Wright make it. Yeah, I hope they make it too. I don't know if they're gonna make it, you know, because we did talk about Isaiah Wright. I don't know if he's gonna really make it, but I hope he does. It's really between him and Trey Quinn. That's what I'm hearing. And then Jordan Brell. How do you guys feel about Jordan Belfort?
I think he's a liability, or I think he's on a pup list. He hasn't shown that he can stay healthy to save his life, and he on a long list of gangsters. So he may be the odd man out.
What'd you think, Kenny?
Yeah, I think we pretty good at that position, so it may be a little hard, you know. So I'm not sure. I mean, don't forget like guys like Ryan B, I believe his name, Ryan B. You know, I feel like, you know, we just deep at that position, period. So he might be the odd man out.
Yeah, I agree. And then also, Thomas Rice, your statement leads me to my next question, man. A lot of people, I'm gonna ask you guys, you know, of course, you know, we love our defensive line. You know, who do you think, you know, because some people think it's not gonna be Chase. Who do you think is gonna lead the team in sacks this year? Is it gonna be Montez Sweat? Do you think Ryan Kerrigan might have a great year like he did a couple years ago with the 13 sacks he had a couple years ago? Matt Ioannidis might get 10 sacks. Who do you think is going to lead the team in sacks this season?
That's a tough question, but if I was a betting man, this is just me, and I know I'm gonna get a whole lot of flack for this, but I love me some Deron Payne. He can now stop playing that holding the block stuff and go after and eat. If you got to deal with Montez Sweat at 4-4 and Chase Young with the hand movement, and you got Ionitis and Jonathan Allen you got to worry about. And of course, it's gonna hurt me that I'm not gonna be on the field when Ryan Kerrigan break that sack record. But me personally, I really got a serious go hard for Daron Payne. I believe that dude is gonna be something very special. I'm looking at about 12 sacks with him.
Oh, there's a lot of sacks. There's a lot of sacks. But he can do it. He can do it with Jack Del Rio. He can do it with Jack Del Rio. How about you, Kenny?
I feel like possibly Chase Young, but I feel like people gonna get hip to him. They're gonna start double teaming him. So whoever's opposite Chase Young, that's who's gonna lead the team in sacks. It could be Ryan Kerrigan, it could be Montez Sweat. But I believe Chase Young is gonna start off hot. And then the league gonna be on notice, like, all right, we got to double team this man. He ain't playing. So whoever opposite Chase Young will lead the team in sacks.
I agree with you too. I thought it was gonna be Montez Sweat earlier before training camp start, but then once I heard about Chase, roughing up Logan Thomas, roughing up AP, those weren't sacks, but they just talked about how explosive he was. Now he is gonna get double teamed, so I wouldn't be surprised if Montez Sweat gets 11, 12 or something like that, just because they're doubling Chase and it's gonna be Montez one-on-one. And then towards the end of the year, Montez was killing it. He sacked Dak like twice in the Dallas game of the year. So, I mean, and then I'm not going to sleep on Ryan Kerrigan either. I don't think Ryan Kerrigan is going to start. But and then I might ask you, who do you guys think is going to start on the defensive line this year?
That's a tough one for me. I mean, I know what I would like. I would like, in honor of Ryan Kerrigan, I love for him to be opposite side of Chase Young. I love for it to be Daron and Jonathan Allen, but I know that they are not going to be able to keep Montez Sweat off that field because he's one play away from being a playmaker in a lot of games. Yeah, so that defensive front, I'm going to go with Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, my man Daron Payne, and Montez Sweat.
Okay. How about you, Kenny?
I think starting off, it may be Ryan Kerrigan, just out of respect and the things he's done, over his career. I feel like it's going to be by committee though. I feel like once they put Montez Sweat in and he flashes, he's going to take the spot. I feel like starting off though, because there's no preseason at all, it's going to be Chase Young, Ryan Kerrigan, coming off the edges, and the usual suspects in the middle, Daron Payne, Allen, those guys in the middle, what they do. Their spot's locked up, but out of respect, Ryan Kerrigan, but I think Montez Sweat going to take it because he's going to flash a game or two.
Yeah, I've been hearing that because the practice they had the other day I want to say it was yesterday actually, where they were supposed to have like a scrimmage or whatever, but the scrimmage never really happened. I think the starters were Montez, John Allen, Daron Payne, and Chase Young, of course. But Jonathan Allen did have an injury, but he should be ready for week 1. But I think those are going to be the starters, and then Ryan Kerrigan's going to come in. He's going to be a rotational guy. But like you said, it's going to be a committee where everybody's just going to come in and get theirs, pin their ears back. Nobody should be tired. Yeah. And then, you still got Matt Ioannidis, who's a beast too, and he's not even going to start. And then you got Tim Settle, who's a beast too. So, I mean, this defensive line is nasty. It's a nasty, nasty defensive line. I can't wait till we get to Carson Wentz on week 1. But yeah, shout out to Burgundy and Gold fan all day, formerly known as Skins fan all day. He said, "What's up, everybody in the chat?" So we are. He is planning a get together to watch the game at a restaurant. I don't know how you guys feel about that. With the virus and whatnot. Of course, we're going to social distance and wear masks and all that good stuff. So I'm thinking about going. I don't know if we're going to do BWW or something like that. Watch the game, Eagles game week 1. So it should be pretty lit. We'll get to some more comments here. Sports Central. I think Pedro said a lot of people want to know about Reuben Foster. How do you guys feel about Reuben Foster?
Oh my God, man! I've been a Reuben Foster fan since he's an Alabama man, and the only thing I would hope that he would do, man, is be on the PUP list, so that way nobody picks him up and maybe get a shot at him if there is more than 8 games in the season where he can come in and after 8 games and play. I really want to see him on the pup list and let him sit there because we really haven't got to see much of him. I don't think he's going to make the roster because we haven't got to see him. But because of the potential, I will put him on the pup list. And then at the end of the year, if he's still whack, still messed up, I got to cut ties with him.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Kenny?
What's his status? It depends on his status. If he's hurt, if he ain't right, if he ain't 100%, I would say like the pup list, like Bay was saying. But Reuben Foster, if he's healthy, man, he's a dog. He hits so hard. Remember when he hit Zeke? And not only that, Reuben, I actually spoke to Reuben personally, via social media. He real humble. I inboxed him. He hit me right back. Who does that? Athletes these days, they think they're just bigger than everybody, not him. Real cool.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed the jump rope thing. He was doing the jump rope, you know what I mean? So I'm a big fan of Reuben Foster. So I'm pulling for him. If he's right, yeah, he on the team. If not, I don't think they're gonna cut him. Too talented.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's super talented. Yeah, like you said, we saw what he did to Zeke. I mean, the guy, you gonna feel it the next day when he hits you. I mean,
For sure.
he's not just tackling; he's going out there to really really mess you up. So I mean, he would have been great. And he lost feeling his feet. He just got feeling his feet like a couple months ago. I mean, that injury was crazy, like no contact injury. First day of mini camp. I mean, the guy tears his ACL and his MCL. I think in the LCL, he just tore everything. So it's crazy. I mean, if we could have had, that's another Bama boy right there. But from what I've been hearing, like Pedro said that he's going to start on IR. John Keim did report that as well, that he's going to be on IR. He's just not the same. So it's hard to come back from an injury like that. I mean, not a lot of people can bounce back like that. So it is unfortunate. Maybe he can come back week 8 and make a big impact. But this is his last year on a contract because we didn't pick up his options this year. He was a first round pick. We didn't pick up the option.
Mm-hmm.
So after this year, if they don't want to resign him, then yeah, he's going to be gone. I don't know what team. We'll see what happens. I hope he plays because this front seven, if we can add him to the mix too, then that would be a nasty, even nastier front seven. Somebody else did ask about the secondary. We'll talk about that. How do you guys feel about the secondary? It was a little shaky last year. We got rid of Quinn Dunbar. We cut Josh Norman. Now we signed Ronald Darby. Kendall Fuller's back. So how do you guys feel about the secondary with Landon Collins and some other guys?
I can tell you, we didn't know what we had in that secondary. We had like the years under Gruden. We didn't. And to see Ron Rivera rave about this secondary, it says that he got them in the right places and in the right positions. I'm a little skeptical about Ronald Darby. I love him. I think he a beast. I worry about he looks in that backfield too much and his injuries. If we can keep him injury free, we can work on him looking in that backfield. Troy Ackley, I loved him when he came out of Penn State. I thought we made him into a dud firecracker. Somehow, some way, he got rejuvenated in 1 year under this coaching system. I'm a Fabian Monroe fan. I love him, and I want to see him do well. I know it's a contract year, so he's gonna get out there and he's gonna fight as hard as he can, injured or not injured. And of course, we brought our guy back home, Fuller. So we know we got in him. We know he's a slot corner, a nickel corner. We know that's what we got. We know that Landon Collins is Mr. Crunch. The guy that I'm disappointed in is Sean Davis because I really had high hopes on him. And I don't know if it's because Troy Ackley is that much better than him or Sean Davis is actually going through something. But I hope that he get himself together because I know that he's coming off the bench. I don't believe he is a starter at all. And if Ron loves that secondary, I'm going to go ahead and rock with him because he played with the 85 Bears that was during my time. So if he says it, light him up.
How you feel about the secondary, Kenny?
I want to see Jimmy Moreland. I keep hearing about him. Small school, fiery, not that big, a lot of heart. You know, I always believe in the underdog and somebody with something to prove. You know, that's the guy I want on my football team. So I'm hearing he's doing some good things, and I'm also hearing Kendall Fuller is not going to be playing nickel. They actually going to have him on the outside. I keep hearing that, you know, and Kendall Fuller, he's just a dog. But I really want, I got high expectations for Jimmy Moreland. I remember last year, and he was talking about he was, having all these interceptions during training camp. But training camp don't mean nothing. I know
Yeah.
guys. Sometimes I'm in the gym playing basketball, warming up, and I see these guys make all these shots when we warming up. As soon as the lights come on, brick, brick, brick. You know what I mean? So, hopefully he's not just a training cap, training guy, training. Get what I'm trying to say, man. So hopefully, you know, he ain't one of those guys, man. When the lights come on, man.
I
Jimmy
don't think he's a
Moreland,
training
Landon
casualty.
Collins, what Landon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Appy. I mean, I remember the 40-yard dash. He ran a 4.340. Deion Sanders was hyping him up. He made the funny comments about Troy Apke. So I'm excited to see him. But like you said, I don't want him to be a practice player because sometimes Cam Sims is like that too, where Cam Sims will do all these things in practice. Next thing you know, Cam Sims go out there and drop a pass, and I'm like, dang, where was you at? He was balling in practice. He was out there mossing guys, jumping over everybody. Then the lights come on, and it's like, where you at, man? So, but I do like Darby. Yeah, I do like Darby. I think Darby's going to get better, and I think the Eagles. The way I see you in there, T24 Mama 8. I see you, Eagles fan. But I know Eagles, they don't know how to coach corners. Nnamdi Asomugha was trash with the Eagles, but he was an all-pro with the Raiders. Byron Maxwell was a beast with the Seahawks, and then he was trash with the Eagles. And Darby was good before he went to the Eagles with the Bills. So the Eagles, they don't know how to coach their guys. So I think Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio will be able to coach up Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby might be like how Eric Flowers was trash with the Giants, and then now we got Ronald Darby, and Darby is going to be a beast with us next year. That's what I'm hoping for. I was a little upset about losing Quentin Dunbar, but it is what it is. He got in trouble, so we actually made a good move with letting go of Quentin Dunbar. And then Kendall Fuller's a beast, and I like you said, Jimmy Moreland. He could be a big surprise for a lot of people because he played well last year in practice. He's still a young guy, so he could definitely step up for this roster this year.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Moreland, man, he reminds me of Pat Fisher. We got him from the Cardinals in the late the 70s, and he was a short guy. And one thing he did, he stuck in there, he laid that wood to him, and he was always around the ball. I think Jimmy Moreland is a little bit more faster version of him. So I mean, I like Jimmy Moreland. Ron Rivera and the coaching staff, they are raving about him. So at the end of the day, I don't think our secondary is the problem. I don't think anything really outside of Reuben Foster is the problem because of his health. I mean, you got, good God Almighty, my man Cole, goodness great, Cole Holcomb. He is going to shock some people. He's going to shock some people, sir. But to stick to the corner, to stick to the DBs, I think we're pretty good at the DBs. I think they're going to be well disciplined. And like they said, they want them all to be interchangeable. So you could possibly see Kendall Fuller playing safety at sometimes. Yeah.
How y'all feel about linebacker? Who's going to be starting at linebacker? Or who do you guys have starting at linebacker?
Well, what I've been seeing, it's going to be.
Go ahead.
What I've been seeing, I think it's going to be Cole Holcomb and the other guy we got from the Bears. That guy, that linebacker, they love them dudes. They love them out in open space, and they say they're right there where they belong at. I think Davis is just the guy that's going to be able to help implement the plan and be able to get these guys in position and stay focused. Davis is going to be a momentum guy. If he starts, I won't be shocked, but I still say that the dude we got from the Bears and Cole Holcomb.
How about you, Ken?
I would say Holcomb, probably Thomas Davis. I keep hearing about Pierre Louis, so you know what I mean. But once again, training camp, man. Some people are just in game players, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Thomas Davis, his track record, you know, he a dog. You know, if he can stay
Yeah.
healthy, he a dog. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he came there to come off the bench, is what I'm saying.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I definitely think Thomas Davis is going to start. I mean, he's the OG once again. He's been with Ron Rivera with the Panthers back when they were really good. They had Cam Newton. They went to the championship. Him and Luke Kuechly.
Mm-hmm.
So Thomas Davis, he knows what Ron Rivera wants. So he's definitely going to start. He's going to be a captain. He might have a C on his chest. Adrian Peterson's probably going to have a C on his
Hmm.
chest too as a captain. I wouldn't be surprised if Lauren was a captain this year too. But yeah, I got Thomas Davis. I got Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb, he has a lot of potential. And then Pierre Louis. I mean, practice. You know, we're talking about practice, so we got to see it in the game. But I got shout out to George, shout out to AI. But I think Boston. I think
Practice.
right. We talking about practice.
Okay.
I think Boston is going to start. I see Rufio doesn't think John Boston is going to start, but I think John Boston is actually going to start. And then it might change that Kevin Pierre Louis. And then if Reuben Foster gets healthy, maybe later down the line he might start too. So we'll see. Shout out to Yak Dog 24. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to my man Yak Dog. But the next question, shout out to Cool Kid. I agree with what you said too. So glad Haskins came to camp and did his thing so the Dallas and shut. But I actually heard for all the Giants fans that are in here that Danny fumbles had in the scrimmage. He had 2 fumbles and he threw an interception in the scrimmage. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're a Giants fan, I definitely heard about that. But my next thing I wanted to ask you guys is about the tight end position. That position, a lot of people aren't fans of the guys that we have on the team. You know, Logan Thomas. I like Hale Hinges actually, but he's young. And who else? Richard Rogers, Jeremy Sprinkle. There's a new guy, or actually not new, but Marcus Ball. He went to Ohio
Hmm.
State. So who do you guys think is going to make the roster for the tight end position? And how do you guys
Mm-hmm.
feel about it? Would you guys? How do you guys feel about the tight end position? Would you give it an F or an A or a C? How do you guys feel about who's going to make the roster?
This tight end position is a D. There's a bunch of unprovens. I'm a Jeremy Sprinkle fan. And of course, Thaddeus Moss is no longer on the team. He's on a practice squad or something like that. And I like Hell Hinges, but I haven't heard much from him. This dude Ball, him and Haskins been clicking off the break. And then you got Logan and Haskins, they're clicking. If I gotta go from what I'm hearing, and if we keeping 3 tight ends or 4, if we keeping 4, which I doubt, but if we keeping 3, I know it's Logan, Ball, and probably Jeremy Sprinkle. If we keeping 4, then it's probably going to be Hell Hinges, but I don't believe we are because Ron said something about a couple of the tight ends are interchangeable with being fullbacks, and I know that's not Hell Hinges, and uh, Jeremy Sprinkle could be one of them because he blocked very well when he was in Arkansas. So.
How about you, Kim?
Um, I would say I'm with you, Ed. I like Hale Hinges. He catch everything. I still remember when I think Dwayne Haskins, when he started, really heating up, he caught Hale Hinges in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. He catch everything. They were saying he was catching everything in practice last year. You know, I also like Ball. I like the chemistry. I'm a chemistry guy. If you got good chemistry with people already, you play collegiate football with that person, you guys, y'all hook up like McGlone and Haskins. You hook up, like Ball and Haskins. I'm big on chemistry, so I would say Hale Hinges, Ball, Logan Thomas.
Okay, Hale Hinges, Marcus Ball, Logan Thomas. So no Jeremy Sprinkle
Mm.
and
No,
Richard Rogers. Yeah. I agree, man. Jeremy Sprinkle, he makes me mad. He does when he drops the pass, and his hands are almost sometimes as bad as Josh Doxson when he's dropping the football.
Mm.
There's times where he'll be wide open, and Jeremy Sprinkle would drop the ball, and I'm just pissed off. And it kills our momentum because Dwayne Haskins hit him a couple times, and it's third down, it's 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 5, and Jeremy Sprinkle's open, he drops the ball, and now we got a punt. The best punt in the game, Tressway has to go out there. But Shout out to Thomas Rice. Thank you for the donation. I did miss it earlier. He said I think it's going to be Montez Sweat or Ioannidis. I guess he's talking about the leader. I think he's talking about the leaders in sacks. I mean I could definitely see Matt. I can see either one. I can see either one leading the team in sacks because Matt Ioannidis did it last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did it again. What's good, Juan Gotti? Shout out to Juan Gotti. Make sure you guys sub him up.
Juan Gotti, my guy.
He is a Skins YouTuber as well. So make sure you guys sub him.
Hey, Ed, you see he wearing his glasses now.
Who on? Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's upgraded the channel. He's got a green screen now. Man, he's beating me out. I got to get a green screen, man.
Hey, he coming up, man. He got his own rap when he coming in now. I said, he got his own intro. My man, no name.
Yeah, Juan's doing it big, man. He's doing it big. He might as well start doing some merch, man, selling some shirts. He might as well do it all, man. I'm telling you. Door Gunner said one of the Giants defenders had four. Shout out to Door Gunner. He's a channel member. He said one of the Giants defenders had 4.5 sacks in that scrimmage. Their O-line is worse than ours. Haha. I did hear about that. I heard their O-line is trash. I heard Andrew Thomas is not ready yet. So I can't wait. I can't wait till we play the Giants. I can't wait, man.
I want to play them bad. I want to play them bad. Yeah. I wish I could be on a fly on the wall in Fist's living room when we play the Giants. I can't. Seriously, that guy. You know, I had to go out back and hit my punching bag after I got off a chat with him.
Well, yeah, he's a closet Saints fan. He's not a closet Saints fan, but he actually likes the Saints too. He's one of those people where their team is trash, and the next thing you know, he's a bandwagon fan. He out on the Saints, so he'll probably stop making Giants videos and start making Saints videos after like week 3 or week 4 when they're about to fire Joe Judge Judy, and they're gonna fire Judge Judy, right? And he'll be begging for a job with Bill Belichick where he came from. Yeah, Dorgan said 2 rookie tackles are starting for the Giants. Yak Dog said, "Nah, keep doing your thing, or keep doing you right there." I guess one of the last questions I have, because we got a couple minutes left because we're only going to be on for an hour. Greg Lancaster, let's go Hoyas. Rest in peace, Big John. Yes, sir. You already know. I guess I would ask you guys, you know, what's your expectations for Dwayne Haskins? Do you think Alex Smith is going to play at all this season? And what would be your stat predictions for Dwayne Haskins in his second year?
The Undertaker retired. Alex Smith is going to retire. I think Dwayne Haskins, I'm sticking to my 30 touchdowns. I think he's going to throw for between 35 and 4,000 yards. And probably like maybe 7 to 10 interceptions. I'm a Haskins man.
Yeah, that's some good numbers. That's definitely playoff. If he does 30 touchdowns, 7 picks, that should be the playoffs. And that's numbers that's Pro Bowl numbers. And those are numbers that look like numbers too. What you think, Ken?
Haskins, yeah. You know, I think he's gonna have a good year. He's gonna shock some people other than, like I said, Nate Burleson and Bucky Brooks. You know, I like Haskins coming out of Ohio State. I thought he was the best quarterback in the draft. You know, honestly, that's just my opinion. You know, I'm old school. I kind of like that drop back and pass and pick you apart quarterback versus a running quarterback. You know, after the whole RG3 thing, I just been, you know, scared of those type of quarterbacks. So I think Haskins going to go out there, you know, like Bay was saying, and throw 30 touchdowns. I would say 7 picks, you know, 7 picks. I think he ain't going to make it. I don't know. He might throw a little more picks because one thing about Haskins, he's a little greedy. He got a little dog in him. I like that, though. He got a little Brent Favre in him. You know what I mean? He's going to sling that. He ain't going to check it down. I like that, though. Don't check it down. Throw that bomb. Come on. I'm trying to win, bro.
I feel you on that. Yeah, you got to take your chances, man. You can't go out there and be scared. You know, Alex Smith, the thing about him, you know, he did win us games, but he was a check down quarterback. Like he's not going to throw the ball downfield. That's just not his game. He's more of a game manager. You know, like no disrespect to Alex. You know, Alex we were 6-3 with Alex Smith, so I can't hate on the man at all. But we all knew it was going to have Alex Smith. He was going to check it down to Capri Bibbs or Chris Thompson or one of those guys, and you know we probably win a game 7-6 or 10-7 or something like that. But I think Haskins. I think my prediction for Haskins. I think I see like 24 and 10 or 25 and 10. I feel anywhere between 22 touchdowns, 25 touchdowns, and then about maybe around 10 to 12 picks, and that's not bad at all. And I really hope people, if we go 6-10, I really hope people don't give up on Haskins and try to get other quarterbacks. I think if we end up 6-10, I think we should keep developing him. Don't go after Justin Fields or any of the other the guy out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance. And if you go 6-10, you're not going to be able to get Trevor Lawrence. You got to have the first pick to get Trevor Lawrence. So I think
Jacksonville.
Probably with Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden's going to get fired too from Jacksonville. But they'll probably end up with getting Trevor Lawrence. Beats Mo 2.0. Thank you for the donation. He says people really sleep on our defensive backs. The defense is lit. Somebody else had a good question too. Thank you once again, Beats Mo. I'll piggyback off of that statement and say, do you guys think, I did this last year where I jumped the gun and I said we were going to have a top 10 defense. And then, of course, we had Minuski, so we were like one of the worst defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think we have the potential to be a top 10 defense this year?
I believe we will be a top 10 defense. I believe that they're going to get after people and they're going to get after them early, which will allow the offense time to get it together. And once that offense get going and that defense not on the field, that'll keep them in top 10 probably for the whole year if there's a whole season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How about you, Kim?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question real quick? I'm trying to get my charger. My bad, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Do you think we have the potential to be a top 10 defense this year?
I would say top 5, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just being a homer. I'm just looking at all the first round picks and all those guys. There's just too many of them. You got too many. Somebody going to hit somebody. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's just too many of them. It's too many of them, man. These guys are like the monsters. Like, it's just too many. Top 5, man. Del Rio, Rivera, 2 defensive-minded coaches. You know what I mean? Top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree. And then last question before we get off, I guess I'll bring up Dan the Man. Martin Matthews has a donation. Because we didn't talk about Dan also. I actually got tired of hearing about Dan the Man. I really have been, because it's either I just want the NFL to hurry up, make it either they're going to force him to sell or not. Just make a decision. But Martin Matthews, thank you for the donation. He says, "Hey fellas, first time in here. Hey, I think Kendall Fuller on the outside will last 3 or 4 games. I feel better with him at slot and Ronald Darby / Fabian on the outside. Fabian Moreau is going to be a dog this year." How do you guys feel about that statement?
Well, I agree with him 100%.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Kim?
Same here. Same here, buddy. 100%.
Yeah, I agree too. Thank you for stopping by, Martin, man. I think Kendall Fuller is probably better in the slot, like you're saying, Martin. He was better here back in 2016, 2017 before we traded him away at the slot. I think he was like top rated by Pro Football Focus, and I know we don't always agree with Pro Football Focus all the time, but Kendall Fuller was a great slot corner. I remember DJ Swearinger used to love Kendall Fuller playing the slot position. DJ Swearinger always talked good about Kendall Fuller in the slot position. So I think for us, it would be better, like he's saying again, Ronald Darby, like you're saying, Martin, Ronald Darby and Fabian Moreau on the outside, because Ronald Darby is playing better than what he did from what I'm hearing in practice. It's still practice. We still have to see it in a game, but Ronald Darby is probably going to be on the outside. Fabian Moreau was getting better towards the end of the year last year. He had an interception against the Panthers. He had an interception against the Lions. So he had some good games when he was on the outside. And I think Fabian Moreau will be a dog this year, like you're saying. If he's got to stay healthy. He's just got to. Same thing with Darby. Darby's pretty injury prone too. So they got it. Kendall Fuller is the most healthiest out of all those guys. He usually stays healthy, but they have to stay healthy. They have to stay healthy. So I agree. I think if Del Rio, I trust what he's doing. He wants Fabian on the outside. But if I were the defensive coach, which we're paying Del Rio to do his job. Hopefully he doesn't talk too much on Twitter. But Fabian Moreau on the outside and Ronald Darby, I trust those guys. I'm more confident in those guys than what I was before. And thank you for the donation. Valora Watts had a crazy statement saying 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 4 picks. Sports fan all day.
Wow.
Dwayne had 36 touchdowns.
That must mean we're going to the Super Bowl.
Right. No
Juan
question.
Gotti. Yeah, I know. That's Super Bowl numbers right there. Juan Gotti's real bullish on Haskins. Haskins win MVP. Call me crazy now, but check back with me in 6 months. So I really hope you guys are right about that. If we are, then we're going to the Super Bowl and But last question before we get off. I'll ask you guys how you guys feel about the situation with Dan. Do you guys think that he will be forced to sell, or how do you guys feel like this is going to end? Do you guys think more women are going to come out and say more crazy stuff about him? And what do you guys think about the situation?
This is a tough topic because I want the man gone, but at the same time, I look at the women's lives that have been, messed up, or should I say, tampered with because of Dan Snyder's inability to run a franchise the way it needs to be ran. And I've always been hard on him because you had the blueprints with Jack King Cook. You chose to follow Jerry Jones, mummy face. So at the end of the day, if he gets what he deserves, I won't even feel bad because I think he deserves it. But if he somehow God decide to show him a little bit of favor and say you can keep this team, you pervert, then you better stay a straight line.
I mean, honestly, I'm a big believer in letting all the facts come out. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened per se. I just, right now I'm hearing hearsay. I want to see the facts come out. So let the NFL do their investigation. You know what I mean? And figure out what's going on exactly. Because whoever knew Larry Michael, you know what I mean? The nicest guy. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, cold-blooded pervert.
Flojo.
Cold-blooded.
Scary Larry.
Yeah.
Scary Larry.
Yeah,
He really
Larry.
surprised.
Ted Bundy.
Oh, and the last thing I asked you guys, how do you feel about them naming the street? I don't know if you guys heard about it. They renamed.
Man, I love it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Joe Gibbs is out there in Richmond, Virginia, on that street. I wish that they would move that closer to the DC side, maybe Ashburn. But thank God they finally honored Joe Gibbs in a special way. And having Sean Taylor being on that road, man, that makes me feel good. That means when we do get to go back to the stadium, and if some fans acting rowdy, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm on that street. I'm gonna do me a Sean Taylor on one of them people, like he did T.O. Fuck him.
How you feel about the street change? Kenny change it to Sean.
I mean, Sean Taylor, man. You know what I mean? Long overdue. One of the greatest, man. Of my generation. You know what I mean? Sean Taylor. When people talk about Washington, that's the first name they will bring up in my generation. I'm 36 years old. Everybody, Sean Taylor. Even in Madden. You know what I mean? When I used to play Madden and I get the Washington football team, I dare you to throw that ball over the middle. You didn't hit stick. My whole TV was shaking. And whoever I'm playing, Sean Taylor. Bro, Sean Taylor, man. So yeah, that's I'm impressed by it.
Yeah.
I think they need to put the final cap on it. They need to go ahead and retire that man's number and put Joe Gibbs in front of the stadium until we get another stadium.
Mm-hmm. Right, because they took down Preston Marshall. They took down George Preston Marshall's statue. So yeah, they might as well put up a Joe Gibbs stat. He won us the 3 Super Bowls, so we might as well give him his credit.
Right.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in to the stream. I will be doing roster. This is my man DC Bay. He's got and Kenny Man Fitness. Make sure you guys sub up Kenny Man Fitness too. He does fitness. I know you guys trying to get in shape. Some people have gained some weight during the quarantine. It's been tough staying in the house.
Talk about the push-ups. Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Ed, I do it all. And even if you're not working out, You can go to my channel. I do motivational speeches. I do it all, man. If you want to box, I do cardio boxing. I play ball. You know, anything you can think of, I do it. Sub up to my channel, man. Kenny Man
Bet.
Fitness.
That's a bet. That's a bet.
Sure. So make sure, yeah, he does it all. And like I said, it's been tough with this quarantine. You're in the house, can't go anywhere. You're eating food, watching TV, Netflix. You know, so make sure you guys work out and sub up Kenny Man Fitness. We are doing this once a month, so it will be what's next month? October. So we'll be on here in October with my Elite channel members. And if you do want to become a channel member, there's the link below to sign up. You get different perks and different cool things. So, all right, you guys, hail to them skins. Peace.
Whole life.
Later.